Okay, it has been a while since I did my skincare videos, and I promised you that I would get started on some glamour videos. And it's been a while. We had a death in the family and death of a dog, and so anyway, it did not get done, but now I am ready. I am so excited to share with you some of my tips and tricks for doing your glamour. And today's tips and tricks will be about Zoom Room fast. How can you look better for Zoom Room? You may have a party on top, lucky and blessed is what my shirt says, and you can be comfortable on the bottom. So let me get you started. I know sometimes we have to have a speed Zoom. All of a sudden you find out somebody wants to do a virtual conference with you. So I sort of have my products here and ready, pretty available. I've got my moisturizer on. Let's say you just get up in the morning and you get your moisturizer on and you don't think you're going to have any conferences today. So I'm going to first do, after my moisturizer and all, is do my primer. And this is a foundation primer. What it does is it's silicone based and it will help to seal your pores and keep foundation from going in your pores, but also smooth out your skin surface. And just a teeny tiny bit will do you for your whole face. It just makes your foundation stay on longer. You'll look better. Of course, I'm putting it mainly where I have pores, but then I'm just spreading the extra. Teeny tiny bit. Whether you have oily, dry skin, you want your foundation to last. Then my favorite foundation for fast is our CC cream. And it's called CC because it stands for Complexion Creation. Comes in 5 or 6 colors. And this one for me is light to medium. I'm being fast about this, so I just squirt it on my hand here. And take my foundation brush. This one has lots of bristles. And you'll see that it sort of smooths out the redness that I have under my skin because I'm a woman of a certain age. And I love the CC for just smoothing out a little bit of the complexion. Just a lightweight foundation. Might need to squirt a little bit more. Another trick that I can tell you is you can mix the CC cream. If you want a little more coverage, you can mix the CC cream with a little bit of either translucent powder. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of translucent powder on here. Here, I'll just grab it up on my brush. It's not wanting to shake off onto my hand a little amount, and I don't want a lot. So there, I put a little translucent, or you can do your mineral powder foundation for a little better coverage. What I use is beige 0.5. Either one of those works, but right now I just shook some translucent powder in there. So then I'm going to blend this, just sort of mix it together, pat it on for a little bit better coverage. And with this blending brush here, you can pat for a little better coverage, or you can smooth and blend. Now you'll see I do have some imperfections on my face. I was a sun worshiper. Of course, I know exactly where they are, and you probably know where you have some imperfections also. Doing just a little CC cream there because with my lashes, I sometimes have an allergic reaction to the glue when I first get them on. These are lash extensions, and I can refer you to, if you're interested in those. They're wonderful and really fast for Zoom because I could go on a Zoom call with just that. If you have some imperfections, another product that we had during the winter, and I still have a few of these left, is right there where I have a teeny tiny bit of redness. You can put a teeny tiny bit of green. Okay, it helps with any darkness. Yeah, and I'm not going to leave it green. But can put a little bit more mineral powder or CC cream over it to help with that. And you can just smooth it here. I've started a new product that we have, and sometimes I have a little more redness than I like. Then again, you can come in and do a teeny tiny bit more CC cream. I never know where I threw that brush. There it is. Okay. And you could do a little mineral powder over the top of it for a little bit better coverage. And the reason, sometimes I like to use mineral powder foundation, which is my skin tone. But what's nice about this is it almost acts as a highlighter. So I'm just sort of touching all this up here. With mineral powder, you would go in circles. Translucent powder is just a great way to smooth out your skin tone on camera. All right, let's do, oh, this was another product that we came out with. I have a few of them left. It is the Rose Gold Highlighter, or they have a Sculpt One, which is sort of a bronzer. So sometimes I don't have time to do the whole highlighting routine and everything, but underneath your cheekbone, okay, so just a pencil. I'm going to sculpt a little bit here, sculpt a little bit here. Yeah, it looks like I'm drawing on with a crayon, doesn't it? I have a really high forehead, so I'm just taking the side of the crayon like you would. And I also have a square face. This is Sculpt One. And then you can take this brush and just sort of blend it so that it doesn't show. Except, look how that thins out my face there. This is the area where we lose our collagen and our elastin. Usually the first is right around these areas. And then here, just mixing it with my CC cream brush. And of course you want to, anytime you use a liquid, you want to sort of clean that brush fairly frequently. And I would use the Rose Gold Highlighter. Of course, this isn't as fast. If you really are in a hurry, I'm going to come down here. Oh, let's change my nose a little bit too. I'm going to go back to, here I'll do the top of my cheekbone with this Rose Gold Highlighter. And I'm going to come back. I forgot to sculpt my nose. My nose. So I'll come down here. Just make it a little bit thinner. I'm brown nosing, aren't I? Maybe a little bit there. I don't have a really wide nose, but... And the thing about this is the fact that it's sort of a crayon. It's easy, fast. I'm going to blend in a little bit of the highlighter. Give myself a little wake. If you already have your makeup on and you want to wake your eyes up a little bit, you can always put just some highlighter right out here. Just to open them up a little bit. I should have done one side and not the other so you can sort of see the difference. Those are some tips and tricks, and this rose gold is a little more skin tone color. And another product that we came out with this winter that I have a few left of, it's limited edition, is a cream blush duo stick. So it's very fast. It's got a cream eye color, or cream color, cream cheek color, plus your highlighter on the back. And then we have one lighter cream. Oh, that'll look there. There's the lighter cheek color, and then the highlighter on the other side. I almost prefer, but I usually prefer the darker one, but since I've got pink on today, I think I'll take this pink side, which it's a matte, to do for my, and then I could turn it over and do a little more highlighting on that side. So I'll come in here and do the, get the right side here, pink, and a little bit of highlight. Can you do a little highlight on your lip. Now let me blend that in. Here I'm doing all this with just one brush. This is our blender brush. And it's got all of these are, it is a brush because it's just a really stiff brush with lots of bristles in it. And of course, you want to sort of do the apples of your cheek and keep this area right under here. Now I haven't done under eye corrector yet, and that would be my next step. It's got a peach undertone, so it's good for dark circles under your eye. See where my dark circles are? And a little more on that side than the other. When it's a fairly new container with this peach under eye corrector, it goes on a little bit stronger. So I prefer more of a brush, a skinnier brush, just to get into that area. And I don't believe I brought one in here, my concealer brush. So I will take, you don't call me crazy. I will take, I thought I had my old one. Oh yes, I'm gonna take my really old one that's really dried out. Nope, that's not it. Okay, never mind. Okay, I think I'll take my finger because I think this brush, it's not good for that area. And I've got a little bit more here. Nothing wrong with a little over eye corrector. And I usually just sort of stipple it. Of course, we should always use our ring finger in our eye area. Stipple that area. To hide that, I've got a little bit of right there. And we'll finish this up. And if you go anywhere with that extra product, remember, light brings forward, dark recedes. And so it's where you have darkness and you're wanting to recede. So if you have extra product, come downward with it. See how that diverts your eye away from the darkness and the puffiness? I used a bit too much. Don't use too much, and also have a concealer brush with you so that you can wipe off the excess. I have a bit too much product. Okay, I'll probably fix that with a little translucent powder or some mineral powder. I've got the translucent out and going, so set that. And we have an eye primer, which will help to prime your eyelid for the eyeshadow and make the eyeshadow stay on a lot longer. It feels like a cream and looks like a cream, but it dries to a powder. Whoop, just dropped my eyebrow pencil. And so from your eyelid, get my ring finger here. Squeezed it onto the wrong finger. And it's drying to a powder. I can feel it sort of dry to a powder as I apply it. So that'll make your eyeshadow stay on all day. We'll let that dry, and I'll grab my eyebrow pencil because this is a good time to do brows. This is our classic blonde eyebrow pencil. We also have a brow filler. There's just something about that color I really like, which is our classic blonde. We also have a mechanical blonde eyebrow pencil, and this is our blonde. This is our blonde brow filler, because as I've gotten older, my brows have gotten thinner. And it's like a mascara for your brow. Got a teeny, teeny, tiny brush, and you can catch the lashes not the lashes, the brows, and fill them in just a little bit more, where they might be sort of sparse. We also have a lash brow building serum that will help you with this problem if you have it. Okay, the brows are framing. You're the frame for your face. Here is, I'm going to do the mechanical blonde brow pencil on this other side, so you can sort of see the difference. We have lots of options. And that one is probably a tiny bit easier for drawing little sharp hairs. If you've had trouble doing a brow, just know that pretend like you're drawing hairs on, or you're an artist and drawing the picture. That's what I love about makeup, is it's like being an artist. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and share it, but be sure and tag me if you share it. Okay, look at the difference there, but then I can come in with the brow filler. So I have two different color brows. One's classic blonde, the other one is a classic blonde sharpening pencil, and this is blonde mechanical pencil. We do have a dark blonde also, but today I'm using blonde. And you just barely, this little brush is so stiff and short that you can really very easily barely get a hold of your brow. Now, brows always begin outside of your nose, straight line up. Then outside of your nose, straight line out is where they should end as a frame for your face. Well, I guess I do this. I don't have my pencil on me. And then the arch, again, you almost have to go where it's natural, but it's about from the pupil of your eye and the outside of your nose. That's about where your arch is if you're trying to draw those on. Okay, we also have a regular concealer. This is light beige. Say, for instance, you feel like something didn't get covered up well enough. My sunspot here, maybe. Or maybe you have a blemish. This is called stippling, when you just pat, 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 pat. Instead of rub, you'll get better results by tapping. It'll stay on better. Looks like maybe I forgot to do CC cream on my nose. Does anybody else see a little bit of redness on my nose? I'm not sure. I did a dot on my nose. Usually come out and find out what the problem is. There we go. A little bit of redness off of there. And I remember I brown-nosed myself there, so sometimes we naturally have some redness around our nose, especially during allergy season. All right, there, I've got my face prepped, and we're going to do just a fast eye look. We already did our cheeks, so that hopefully it gives me a lift. That's what cheek color does. And then I'm going to do matte, this is called Biscotti, a matte shadow right underneath the arch of my brow, because that will open my eye up. Do you see the difference there? And this is called our base color. And yes, I am getting ready for a Zoom meeting. I've got to get my hair dried. But I thought this would be a great opportunity to show you. Now, you could use just that color, but since I'm wearing pink, I'm going to come in here, and I use a sponge tip when I really want it to go on stronger, which is the lighter color I want it to go stronger. This is our rose gold. Sometimes I use our gold, just our gold. But I can do shimmer, even though I'm over 60. It's called gold status, but I am able to do a little shimmer on my lower lid. I don't want to go up here where I have hoodedness, but this will make my lower lid, because that just sort of opens your eye up doing the lighter color down here. So this is what I call my base color. and then come in and with a brush, we do our matte mid-tone because I need to recede this hoodedness that I've gotten with age. I do a combination of, and this color should be just a little darker than skin tone. If I did just hazelnut, and again, I apply it first there, I want it to be a tiny bit darker, but that's what hazelnut would look like. And so your whole eyelid is covered with two basic colors. And that's where all your eye colors your eye look will come from. Okay, I'll do light today. I'm just gonna do hazelnut. I normally add a touch of sienna and make that a little bit darker. Now I have not blended yet, but since I'm wearing pink and gray, I thought I'd add, my favorite is called Shadow. It's sort of a matte gray. I'll show you these colors here just a second. Oh, I'll wait till I finish matte gray. And I'm coming in here. This will be my accent color in a matte. And usually that's an angle brush to get that outside color. So let me do another tip of that. There we go. And then, without even adding more onto the brush, just blend, 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 and take a real blending brush, which is a clean brush, completely clean brush. This one has a really soft tip, and blend everything together. We can even take a tiny bit of, I've got a granite. Granite's a very popular color. Cashmere Haze is another popular color. Okay, these are in the order that they're in the lookbook. Cashmere Haze, Granite. What I used was gray, always call it Shadow. I call it gray flannel for some reason. Here's our rose gold, biscotti, rose gold right there. You can see I use that color a lot. And I'm going to blend just a little bit better with the lighter gray. Now I feel like right here, I would like a tiny bit lighter color. So I'm going to come in with smoky quartz right here. Just to lighten that part of my eye a little bit more, eyelid. See how it opened it up? Now we get to match it. I'll start with my Stormy. And again, you don't want to go outside that line from the outside of your nose to the outside of your brow. And then you come in from there. And of course, you got to make all the right looks. You could get by with two colors. If you're going on Zoom and you want a fast look, you don't want to be a party on top, then just come in with that. And then I blended with some of the granite right there. And you have sort of a gradation of the colors. I think I put a little bit more on this side. Of course, I've got to blend. I haven't blended yet. And then I like this smoky quartz right here. Okay, notice how I did this eye darker? Probably because that side's easier for me, but let's... Okay, now I think once I blend all the colors together so you can't see the start and the stop of them. A tiny bit more. Okay, I need to fix this side, see? So you can always go back and forth. That was Shadow. Okay. Now, you can do any kind of favorite eyeliner. You can do a pencil eyeliner. I think the fastest, though, is probably the liquid liner. We have a waterproof liquid liner. Eyeliner pen. Again, we want it to go upwards on that end. And following your eye line. So it sort of goes upward. And you can do just a few dots down below before you put your mascara on. And I like our Panorama or our Ultimate Mascara. Oh, I'm going to use Ultimate Mascara for underneath because sometimes it blurs. You don't have to put mascara on lash extensions, but did you hear that plop? That means that you've got enough product in there. When it starts coming out, you can't hear it go plop. As you pull it out, that means you need a new tube, which is typically about every 3 months. Okay, then you can put on your little lipstick. And did I bring it with me? Okay, maybe I didn't bring it with me. But last but not least, to keep it set for a day full of meetings, I'm going to spray to oxidize the powders that I used, even though I didn't use a lot of powders. Sort of like a moist look. And I'll be doing more videos like this, so be sure to post in your comments, like and save me, and post in your comments what you'd like to see me do, especially if you are over age 50. This is always good to get that done. All right. Hopefully you're ready for a Zoom meeting, even though it took me about 25 minutes. I think you can do it much faster than that. All right, have a good day.